Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm here today with Debra Ambrose. And if you're landing on this page, it's probably because you're looking for something to do with HGH, human growth hormone, the gel, improve sleep, maybe some of the other benefits that you're looking for. We're going to talk a little bit about here. I myself was introduced to the HGH gel, the Somaderm gel, about a month ago now. And Debra is in my upline, and there's a group of ladies that are wonderful that are introducing this to people around the country, and I was fortunate enough to, of course, be introduced. And so in this 4 weeks, I've really enjoyed some benefits I wasn't really fully expecting or knowing what was going to happen, but this whole sleep thing is quite remarkable. I really didn't understand what that meant, but I get it now. It's been a joy to have a deeper sleep, a longer sleep. As a 50-year-old guy, I'm fighting some other things along the way here that come with aging, and achy back and pains and slower recovery with my yoga and my other workouts. I'm really finding this to be very helpful. So those are just kind of some of the early things that I've come to feel for myself. Debra, maybe just share with us a little bit about sort of how you came into this business, and maybe where you started in business for that matter.
Well, back when I was in my 30s, I worked a couple different jobs, just trying to make ends meet, and was married at the same time. But you know how expensive it is to raise a family. You basically have to have double or triple incomes. And I decided to start a coffee shop back when Starbucks first became popular. So I lived in this little town called Sandy, Oregon, and we were at the base of Mount Hood, kind of a touristy little attraction town. And I opened up my first business there, a coffee shop, and it became very successful.
Awesome.
Yeah, very successful. So from there, I went into like gifts and accessories and opened a second location in another tourist area. And then that kind of expanded into a bigger store with furniture and accessories. And that kind of expanded into a full-fledged furniture store with everything that you could imagine, kind of like a Pottery Barn or Crate and Barrel type store.
Right.
At that time, the internet was really taking off, and I decided to add an online presence in addition to the store for extra traffic and income, of course. The online store took off immediately, and I was doing 10 times more online than I was doing in the brick and mortar. So I eventually closed down the brick and mortar and went strictly online. And then we had the crash, what was it? Yeah. And nobody was buying furniture and all of that because nobody was building houses, nobody was buying anything. And so I started looking at other options. I did get into my first network marketing company, and it was skincare, and did extremely well, but it was really hard because of the competition. And so I ended up, I didn't go back to work, but my savings was dwindling and stuff. And after a while, I did end up going back to work and hated it. I wanted to be, back working for myself.
Yep.
So I was thinking about another online store or something, and then somebody approached me with new life in the Somaderm gel. And I didn't think I'd ever do it again, but when she told me that we were in pre-launch, we had a one-of-a-kind product with absolutely no competition that was homeopathic, I knew that this was going to be a huge opportunity. So I couldn't sleep that night. I'm like, I got to do this. It was like a once-in-a-lifetime type of opportunity, I really believed.
Yep.
And so the very next day, before I even got my product, because I believed in the opportunity so much, I just started reaching out to everyone. I signed up 10 people in 10 days. And then I'm like, whoa, I got to get organized.
Right.
Got to get these people trained before I can do anything else. And so I started the welcome letter, tried to get everything really organized so it was simple and easy to duplicate for everyone, and you weren't spending a ton of time training. You could send people one page with all the links, all the training, and then spend some time walking them through that, and then move on to the next. So
Great.
since then, yeah, so that was March.
March of
And
2018.
exactly.
Okay.
In 4 weeks, I earned my car bonus. In 8 weeks, I was making a six-figure income and quit my full-time job.
Wow, that's
And
remarkable.
yeah, it's all been uphill since then. I have over 3,100 people now on my team, and all I do is just train and help everybody else, bring in other people, three-way calls, and educate people.
Good for you. Good for you. So really this whole thing for you was about the business opportunity that you identified with, whether or not the gel had any real meaningful effects on you without first trying it.
Right. But then when I started using the gel, it was even better because I never slept at night. I'd sleep for like 2 hours at a time, then I'd be awake for 2 hours. So within days, I was feeling the sleep. And that's huge for me. I was sleeping through the night. So my focus, my memory, my energy all came back. And then I haven't changed my diet or exercise program. I eat healthy and walk every morning for an hour and a half. But I've lost weight, and I can see definite change in my muscle tone, fat around the midsection. My old lady's creepy arms are gone. Cellulite's disappearing. My eyesight has improved from a 2.50 reading glass to a 1.50. So I have experienced tremendous results myself. So it makes it even easier to share.
Right. That is kind of the key. And I think for most people, myself included, I find it hard to promote anything that, I don't fully believe in or I'm not fully invested in.
Mm-hmm.
As a digital marketer and a sales and marketing guy, I help people build businesses, and the importance of identifying with, the solution and the results that you're providing for people is it's hyper important, for me, for everybody that I work with typically. So we know that this isn't a magic bullet, right? This is not it's not a cure all for all the things that might ail people, but as we grow older, if you can find that one thing that might improve your life a little bit, what's that worth to you, right? So that's where I landed, where it's like, well, this is kind of a no-brainer for me. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, no harm, no foul. I would try it for 90 days and see where we go. So 30 days in, I feel really good and positive about it. So I'm more now inclined to share that I'm realizing benefits. And let's face it, if you thought there was even the slightest chance that your life would be improved by investing in a product like this, why wouldn't you try it? So
Right.
kind of simple.
I had a little bit of education about HGH, so I knew how it worked, but I also knew how expensive the injectables are and the side effects that the injectables can cause. And being homeopathic, we don't have that. It's affordable to the masses, and we don't have the side effects that the injections do.
Right. Yeah. Well, for me, I actually have a condition, a thyroid condition. So I had Graves' disease 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And so I've been taking the supplements, the levothyroxine and the Synthroid, to supplement my T3, T4. And, we know that, how does it go? HGH is going to help produce glutathione, but ultimately that's, all to do with recovery and, I don't know, the effects of aging are ultimately you end up with zero HGH as you get older. And this is helping to bring some of that back naturally. Is that a fair
Right.
way
And
to
then
think about it?
yes, and then we have the thyroid and adrenal support in there also, so it helps balance all your hormones.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm still learning about the ingredients and all the effects of it, but I do
I
know
can't
that.
even pronounce
Right. I used to take glutathione supplements, and they were always very helpful, but they're produced because your HGH goes up. So if you get these injectables, your glutathione levels go up, and so there's like a bigger, picture to doing that. But again, the cost of injectables, prohibits most people from doing it. So this is a much more affordable and a cumulative effect thing, right? So you're not gonna notice these major effects in 1 or 2 weeks, but maybe 1 or 2 months you'll start to, right?
Yeah, and the longer you're on it, the better results you see. Like this, the skin didn't change overnight. That was several months in. The cellulite didn't change overnight. That was several months in. My eyesight was like 3 months in. So it was subtle changes throughout, but I've been on it since March.
Right. Okay. Well, that's awesome. I think my commitment right now is to trying to, interview people for the next several weeks, and I'm going to publish once a week, just reporting on what I'm noticing, right? So I'm kind of just going to create this little diary. I published a website, hghgelsecrets.com. So this is where I'm going to post all of our interviews and testimonials and my own experience and journey with this. So I'm hoping that people will find this and be able to get educated and hear what's happening in the world around them, and hopefully identify that this could be helpful to them too. And of course, the business opportunity is quite pronounced. Do you care to
Yes,
share a little bit about where you're at today, a year
I'm,
in?
yeah, I can't really say what I earn. It's more than I ever imagined. I am at the top of the company, one of the top recruiters and income earners, and basically the sky's the limit. But it's, you have to work at it. It's not going to fall in your lap. You have to work the business.
Yep. Well, it's like anything, you got to put the building blocks in place. You got to share, you got to talk to people, you got to help other people. And that's what happens in business. The more people that you can serve, the greater your success, or the likelihood of your success. So
Exactly.
it is about serving people.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you think people should know, or
get on the gel.
try it? Yeah, just try it.
Right. Yeah, because it's changing people's lives. I get phone calls all the time with people that were very skeptical in the beginning that has completely changed their lives. I mean, they're calling me crying that it has changed their life so much. They actually have a life now, that they were in so much pain or had so many health issues, that they're grateful.
That's awesome. Is there any do you see where, by age we see more success? I mean, are people in their 20s seeing as much success with this as people in their 30s or 40s or later?
They're going to see success in different ways. The early age, I mean, they're still producing some HGH, but they're going to see effects if they're really into bodybuilding and sports activities and stuff like that. They probably will see more muscle tone, fat loss. As they get older, the more effects they see sooner.
Right. Okay.
And
Well,
women in general, quicker than men because of our hormones.
oh, is that right? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing and for bringing me on board and helping me understand more about the benefits and the business opportunities. So,
I'm grateful to have you on the team.
yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's see what we can do and see how many people we can serve along the way.
Right. Thank you, Eric.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too.
Right. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.